Crypto quant analyst says the source of Bitcoin's rally is not retail, but ongoing accumulation by institutional and large investors, something we've discussed on our channel day in, day out. Right now it's not institutional, interest that's coming in that's accumulating BTC. It is the larger players. But welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP holders. Shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. Happy Friday wherever you are around the world. We are starting to see the market picking up, and the daily candle did end up closing today, and we did close on a positive note. As you can see, we're seeing the market going back into the green. That's always nice to see. So if we're looking at XRP's price right now, we're sitting at about $3.13, up about 1% in Bitcoin comparative. Valuation of $185.6 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $7.4 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So Ethereum ETFs beat Bitcoin ETFs inflows for 6 straight days, pulling in $2.4 billion, led by BlackRock's Ether. So we can see that, a continuation of interest coming into Ethereum. And as I've stated on my channel countless of times, that is a major indicator that, altcoins could really start thriving. Usually, historically speaking, when Ethereum has its run, Ethereum starts gaining interest, you do tend to see altcoins following. And there's no secret about that. If you're looking at the overall market, you can really see that the broader market is definitely feeling the love right now, which is always nice to see. But President Trump says he got the impression from Powell that the Fed might be ready to lower interest rates. As we know, the FOMC meeting is just a few days away from now on. Next week, early next week, we obviously have that, which will be not only the start of a new week, but also the end of the month of July. It's crazy to see how fast this month has gone by, but it has been an amazing month for the crypto space. And obviously, if the rate cut does happen, I personally think the market is going to heat up, traditional market as well as the crypto markets. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, in terms of overall perspective, a lot of analysts still projecting, we don't see any change. Maybe in September we see that. So we'll obviously keep you guys covered. Do let me know in the comments what you think. But of course, XRP long liquidations are slowing down to negative $15 million. Net outflows are flattening out at negative 15 million. Selling is exhausting. And of course, the selling that we did even see, that was due to market manipulation. As I stated on my channel before, dominance was seeing upside, while Bitcoin was pretty much staying stagnant. And over the last 24 hours, we saw dominance starting to slow down once again, which is nice to see. And Bitcoin is making its way towards the upside. And Bitcoin actually closed its daily candle above 117,000, which is amazing to see. Obviously, we're going into the weekend. On the weekends, we need to keep in mind CME futures are closed, more manipulation than usual due to that fact. But so far, so good. Now look at this. Ripple is almost the only case where blockchain, correspondent banking, and remittance overlap only. And this has been documented. And of course, look at what Vincent says: multi-trillion-dollar markets are coming to the XRP and crypto. Gone are the days where crypto was just a hedge, or let's say a threat against fiat. It is now becoming compliant, legal, and finally adopted rightfully as technology, not to take down governments and banks. I believe XRP Ledger and the work Ripple and maybe others have done in the past decade, has given it a significant market share and positioned it as a go-to solution for DeFi. And of course, in terms of the XRP Ledger itself, it's that one-stop shop, which gives a confidence to, these massive institutions that want to potentially launch, real world assets, tokenize them, and of course XRP Ledger really shines in that aspect as well. And speaking about this, how Ripple has been building over the last few years, over a decade, this is where institutional interest is also showing that they are aware of the potential that this asset really has. Let's watch this video right here to Curium Sal Gilbert, what he has to say.
Ripple's a company of really professional people working really hard on this. That's why we chose XRP. We believe in XRP. We're not making a price prediction, but we do believe it's a coin that will have the most utility out there.
So as you can see, Sell is pretty much saying that, they're very confident in XRP due to the fact that it has major utility and a major use case. And, the services they're providing, we talk about mass adoption, we talk about, taking blockchain to the masses. Ripple is actually doing that. So in terms of interest for the native token XRP, there's no signs of major shock for me, because of course I've been saying this from day one, and now as we are starting to get that regulatory clarity towards this digital asset space, you are seeing these smart, sophisticated investors looking into projects that are actually building over the course of the last years, decade plus, and what kind of products and what kind of problems are they solving pretty much. And this is where XRP really checks a lot of boxes. And also on top of that, this also explains why you are seeing a lot of publicly traded companies that are actually raising money to actually get an XRP strategic reserve, which again, I'm sorry, not a XRP reserve within their company, where they actually hold XRP on their balance sheets. That really gives us a better understanding as well. But look at this earning announcements week of July 28th. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta. Big week ahead. We'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are on that. But if you're looking at the dominance here, dominance is continuing to pull down. Great to see here. Exactly what you want to see the dominance do. We did see this wick up to the 61.71%, but dominance has gone down while Bitcoin has broken out, which is amazing to see. Of course, Bitcoin did end up holding around the 115,000 support line, as I discussed with you guys yesterday, how important that range is, because if we did not hold around here, we could have gone down to $112,000. But Bitcoin has seen a beautiful bounce while the dominance is starting to pull down, as we could see. XRP still ranging around the 38.2. We still have not yet retested our monthly high that we set for ourselves. If you're looking at the XRP's price on an hourly perspective, let's take a look at it. XRP, and let me just pull up the charts. Apologies on that. You can see this for yourself. We're pretty much bouncing and ranging around this level. So far, so good. We'll see what happens as we do go into the weekend, but I really like what I'm seeing here with XRP. If we're able to cross, this $3.33, I think we could start heading towards yearly highs. Do let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.